I think there is a feeling, I think within the world, I think that and also within our organization, that Indonesia, this is the right time for the country. You know, I think nowhere else will you find somewhere that is as fast growing an economy as this, with a large population and still a lot of untapped opportunity. After China, after India, you know, the next big play I think is really Indonesia. And so I thought it was a really big opportunity to come here. I think as well within Ogilvy there was a feeling that it was the right time to invest, it was the right time to change, it was the right time to be doing a lot more initiatives in this market. So it felt it was the right time to be here. I'm very happy to be here at this right now. I think we need to grow in many different areas, you know, and not because we haven't grown, but just because of so many more opportunities. I think one is we need to significantly improve our creative product. I think Indonesia always has done some good work, but we're not really at the same level as other Asian markets in terms of creativity in line with other countries in Asia. I think as well we need to grow in terms of our capabilities. So in digital, it's always growing, it's always changing. I think there's a lot more opportunity, particularly in a market where it's the third largest Facebook nation, sixth largest Twitter users in the world. It's very social. There's a real need for people to connect. And there's a lot of interesting things that we can do with brands. And also in terms of geography, you know, it's a huge country with many islands, a lot of challenges in terms of how to connect some regional businesses. So I think there's also a lot of opportunity to grow from a geographic standpoint. So those would be the key areas that we would look at. And also we are looking at doing some acquisitions as well. There are some companies that are doing interesting things, and so obviously we'll be looking at organic growth, but also look at some growth through acquisitions. I think, you know, there's several things. I think one is that the government is connecting the country much more. So there'll be more opportunity as well to be able to connect even with a rural market, you know, looking at it long term. I think when you're looking at it this year, there's some aspects, like there are cheaper Android phones that are coming in. Yeah, I think Indonesia is a very BlackBerry-driven market. I think BlackBerry must love Indonesia. You know, I've seen all these videos about how Indonesians love to BBM and like that. But at the same time, it's still quite expensive. It limits the capability that you have just because of you know, it's focused on a more upper income segment. Yeah, so the cheaper Android phones will open up a lot more opportunities for marketers to be able to activate with consumers. I think every time you have growth ambitions, you have a lot of challenges. I think there's a lot of expectations, you know, for the amount of growth that you can have. I think as well that it will require change in ourselves, and also being able to be a catalyst of change for our clients. So every time you're trying to make significant leaps, you know, that always brings challenges there. Yeah, so we'll need to build our talent. We'll need to train. We'll also need to be coming and talking to clients and convincing them about doing new things. Right? So all those aspects I think will bring challenges, plus the normal day-to-day challenges that any business has as well. You know, on top of all the growth ambitions. I mean, I don't see it as a challenge. I think it's great that there's still a lot of TV advertising in this market. You know, I think for advertising it's a fantastic medium. You know, to be able to build brands is something great. But I think that as well, you know, you're seeing that there's limited opportunities for growth in that area. And so the growth will really come from other segments like digital, for example, and all the opportunities that brings.